Welcome back. Hope you are getting along with the lesson. So, in this lesson today, we are going to see more ways that we can produce our word-based document. This time, we are going to do more like an exam paper. All right. So let us just jump straight. Just follow me. So we are going to use Times New Roman, just here. Now we're also going to learn how we use different fonts. All right, different fonts to decorate our document. So let's start with the name of the school. So we shall call it. So you can just write in your capital letters, right? Anyway, let's maintain the basic. So let's just go. All right, we take another line. All right. Mm, yeah, just say mathematics. Name of pupil. So again, to put these columns, you press shift right and then you click the column button which is at your right hand side. You take enter and then alright, so we have this is just the basic address, and then we come down and we take instruction. Answer all questions. Alright, and we take enter and we start questions 1. Alright, alright, so we have that. We take question 2. Okay, so we might have those questions going like that. So let us do a little editing here now. Okay, so we have this for me. All of these have to be in capital letter. So we highlight all and then we take uppercase letter, and they have to be at the center. Alright, they have to be at the center. It's okay like that. And then first term examination class 5 has to be all capitalize each word like this. Alright, so you might want to leave this or you take the small letter. It's okay, just ignore. Subject mathematics, it should be in uppercase letter. Name of people, so this name of people you need to give a space, a line where they'll write a name. So you press shift and then you're going to click. Let me see if I still have my sticky keys. Do I still have sticky keys here? Right, let me just search for it. Okay, I switch on my sticky keys. Okay, so what are you going to do? You are going to press shift and then you press this. Okay, press this, just press shift. As your hand is on shift, your hand should also be on this here, and then you have that line continuously. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, I've pressed shift and then I've pressed that line, so you have it like that. If it goes to another line, it means you need to come put it like this. Instructions: answer all questions. It should be capitalize each word. Alright, then you might do any adjustment there, it's okay. So you have this green line here which shows you have to do some editing. So what are we going to do now? Since it has crossed another line, we just backspace. We tab in front and we backspace. Scores has to be at the left. So what we're just going to do is to put the cursor here and we press backspace. It pushes the scores here. Alright, so here now they have to be a circle for the scores. So put our cursor here, we go to insert. So I'm going to insert shapes. Alright, we go to insert, we look for shapes. These are shapes here. Alright, you click this small arrow for more shapes. So one is circle. This is the circle that we want to insert. We click on it, then we come here and then we draw the circle. Just use your mouse, or if you are using your mouse pad, the one on your computer, you have to do what? Left click, and when you left click, you use your right finger to adjust. So now let us edit this circle. Once you click the circle, you see pop up. So this shape field, this is a shape, right? It means the color that you want the shape to have. You want it to have no color. So basically it is white. We come to shape outline. The shape outline is this color around the shape. So if we should take this shape field and we put black, you see it will be black. We put red, it will be red. If we don't want any fill, we take no fill. It means no color should fill inside. And then we want, now depending if you are going to print it on a color printer or black and white, it depends on the color. If you are doing it on a color printer, that means any color that you put will come out. Alright, so we want our shape outline to be black. Okay, beautiful. If you want shape effect, you can click and you have some shape effects here, but we don't want any shape effect. Okay, so they can now put the scores there, right? Okay, so that is just how you insert a shape, but I'll still do a page where I will show very well how to insert a shape. Okay, so you can write it there. If you want to work more on the shape, just click here. You see, take this pointer. When it changes to this 4 cardinal points, you click. You can change. Up here is to rotate. Normally, you can rotate it to the direction where you want. Alright, so here we do the same. What is a set? They need to write the answer. You press shift and then you press that hyphen. If you want to give 2 lines, it's okay. This is what to do. If you want to give 2 lines, backspace, that's the first line. Take enter, you take backspace, and then you still do the same. Okay, yes, so you have put 2 lines now. The same here, it goes here. You need another line. You take enter, you take backspace to delete that number, and then you draw another one. Alright, so basically that is how you can do your exam questions. And if they are for A, B, and C, let's just take one for A, B, and C. So when it happens like this, once you enter the next line, because you've obstructed the numbering, this is automatic numbering, right? So you've obstructed the numbering. Once it happens like this, you go to undo. Alright, so that is just it. And then now you can take enter, and then maybe this time the instruction is choose the correct answer, or mark an X. So let us say mark an X on the correct answer. Mark an X, so that X should be capital, on the correct answer. So everything is in capital letter. We have to fix that. So go back, we take this man and we capitalize each word. Capitalize each word. Alright. Okay. So this well, for better editing, let's just take sentence case. Alright. So but this X has to be in capital letter. We are going to put the X in a bracket. So press shift and we'll press number 9. That is the open bracket. Number 9. Then we'll press shift and we'll press X so that it gives us a capital X. Right. Do we have that? Shift X. Okay. And then we'll press shift again, we'll press 0. So we have that. Mark an X on the right hand side. You might want to bold the X so that the students can see well. Okay, on the right answer, and maybe you want to put a full stop. You take enter and you continue question 3. A bracket, you press space bar, it aligns. Alright. And you say what is 2 times 5? Alright, 2 times 5, you can still use X for 2 times 5 and you put your question mark. And then you now put the options. A, 2 times 5 is 7. You give a space that you want by clicking the space bar. B, 2 times 5 is 8. Or 6. 6 is more tricky because on the year of 5 they think of 6. C, you enter. Say 2 times 5 is 10. Alright, so you might want to, 10 is not O, you go to the number, so you might want to now put A, B, and C for them to tick the right answer. So here you have A, so you might just want to change all of these to capital letters. So you have B, you delete that one, C, and then you edit this. 2 times 5. Okay. Let's see what the issue is. Okay, that will be because we have used X instead, but it's fine. Alright, so now they can mark an X now on the right answers, and you may want to bold these options. Okay, so they will mark an X on that answer. So now here, what if you want to put a shape? Alright, as they usually say, maybe this time is fill in the blank spaces. Fill in the blank spaces. Right. Okay, so here now I want to insert a table. We are going to insert a table. So go to insert. You have here tables. You click on this small arrow. So you have rows here and columns. It says I'm pointing, they are coming out. Alright. So if maybe you have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns and 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, it's okay. Alright, but I just want them to be, let me say 3 rows, or let me say 3 columns. So I'll just go like this. There are 3. Okay, so I take more columns, and that's okay. So they are filling the following: even numbers, and then I want to write the next. I just press odd numbers, integers, multiples of 3. All right, so with this these are even numbers, odd numbers. Oh, here should be prime numbers, so to say, prime numbers. So this is a table. All right, then you can write even numbers, say 2, I skip 4, I take 10, and I leave 10, I take 20. So they should just fill. All right, odd numbers, I take 7, I take 5, and I take maybe 9. They should fill any other odd number. Prime numbers, I take 1, I take 2, I take 3. They should fill. Multiples of 3, I take 3, I take 3 itself, I take 9, I take 24. Okay, so they can fill the missing number. Now our objective is to learn how to insert a table. All right, so that is how you basically insert a table. Now let me show you in a better way. You can equally draw a table. All right, so let's take enter. Let's come here and want to still insert a table, but this time we're going to draw a table. So you go to insert, you come to draw table, click here. Once you click here, it changes to a pen. All right, you can draw now your table manually as you want. Okay, and anywhere that you put this pen, it starts there, it goes a straight line. It can be a straight line, or you can open as another cell. So if you want it to be a straight line, just arrange it to be a straight line. Then you can equally start making your columns like that. So what am I doing? I'm right clicking. Okay, nope, I'm left clicking. I left click and then I drag down. If you are using your mouse pad on your computer, take the pen tool to where the draw tool to where it is. You do what? Sorry. You left click. You left click there. You use your right hand and you drag it to where you want it to be. So that is how you insert a table. Then once you are done with the table, you can click outside. All right, you can click outside. Then in the table now you can write anything that you want. So with this table you can analyze your data. You can then, if you want to do any arrangement, okay, you can come here, you bring your cursor to anywhere that you want. All right, and once it turns like this, right click and you drag, so it brings the table down. If you want this cell to do something on this line, you turn it like that. You can do many adjustments. Okay, how about if you want to delete? If you want to delete any cell, take it, let it turn to this arrow, you click. All right, once it turns to the arrow, you click, you highlight blue, take backspace. Yes, I want to shift that cell or delete it. Take backspace. When they ask you, they'll ask for delete entire row, delete entire column. You might just take that, it will delete it for you. Okay, so that is how you can insert your tables. So once more, let us go to inserting shapes. Let us insert shapes. All right, so you go to insert, you take shapes. I want you to see better. All right, let us take there is this shape that is always used, this shape. Okay, flow chart. So with shape, remember you are drawing, so you draw your shape like this, and then you have this option. So when you go to the fill color, which fill color do you want? So let us take this. Outline is like the border colors, these colors, this blue color around it. So let us just say green. All right, so that is it. You've inserted the shape, and you can write on the shape. You can equally write on the shape if you want. Okay, but then let us take a circular shape and make a set. I think we should end here. And resume in the next lesson, so that so that we will not be taking so much time on the video. So you are just going to do something like this, do something like this, exactly like this. Make a insert a table and write things which you want to write. Okay, write things which you want to write. I don't want this table, I want to delete all of it. So I just multi-click. Now one thing is, now we wish to delete this table, so I'll just do it gradually. I take backspace, I click, I take backspace, I click, I take backspace. It must turn to that arrow. I take backspace, I take backspace. So I have deleted it. Okay, so just do this, you screenshot and you send to me. Our objective for today is to insert a shape like this. Yes, and also to draw these lines and then to insert a table. In the next video, we are still going to deal with shapes in particular. Alright, see you there. So when you're done, you snap it and you send to me.